just to get started, why don't you briefly introduce yourself and tell us about your role at Plesk?
Hi, Kailas. More than happy to be here, and thank you for the opportunity. Plesk is part of the Web Pros Group. We are more than $200 million software company and the largest enabler in the web hosting industry. Plesk is one of our key brands. We are running over 900,000 servers out there with our software. And we recently started an engagement on Oracle Cloud on top of Ampere-based Arm CPUs. And my role is basically strategic partnerships. After 18 years in the industry, I'm mostly looking after strategic partnerships, specifically partnerships like Oracle and Ampere, in this case here, what we consider as hyperscale cloud providers that help us on our growth journey, but they also look after other such strategic partnerships of us, and also overall strategic growth initiatives in the company.
Excellent. So we understand that you recently moved your workloads to Ampere A1. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that experience? Why Ampere and Oracle A1 right now, and what are the benefits that you're seeing out of that?
So first of all, correct, we moved a lot of workloads to Oracle, Ampere, and ARM-based CPUs. But for us, it's kind of a natural step. So we are a software vendor as an enabler in this industry. So we first became an Oracle partner, and then we found all these great benefits of using Ampere-based ARM CPUs and environments. So we decided about 7-8 months ago that we do an experiment and see if there is customer demand, that we actually port our existing x86-based software to ARM on Linux. And we found a lot of traction of customers coming to us. So there were 6 months of beta period that brought us a few thousand servers, even in the beta period already, despite limitations. And that excites us very much that we will invest more in this relationship and in this environment based on Linux on ARM-based CPUs.
Excellent. Glad to hear. So just kind of building on that, how does Ampere A1 on Oracle kind of help you overall in terms of your overall view and your holistic view of achieving best price performance for your workloads?
So first of all, I mean, our end users of our software, we call web professionals. This is roof persona for any kind of agencies, web agencies, freelancers, even hobbyists, enthusiasts in some cases, where we radically simplify all the complexity of building, securing, and operating websites. In many cases, it's WordPress. We are the second largest WordPress, self-hosted WordPress enabler in the market with over 14 million instances. And you know, when it comes to web hosting environments, there's 2 key use cases that you see where it's really about optimizing the cost side of things and maximizing performance at the same time. First of all, it's when you do classic, like what we call shared hosting, where you run 10, 20, 50, 100, or even 1,000 different website customers on one server. So with every percentage point that you gain in performance or in terms of price performance, etc., you have a better margin for your recurring revenue business based on website hosting. The other big use case that we have seen growing very well is e-commerce. Our solution really provides a fully secured high-performance stack from the ground up, from Ubuntu, Linux, up to all the components in a web environment that is really good for also running e-commerce sites, also in the larger scale. It's just 1 or 2 pages or 1 or 2 sites running on one single server. And when you look at e-commerce, especially when you're growing in e-commerce, I mean, this is highly competitive. The margins are not as high as they were in the past. And every percentage point you can gain there in terms of infrastructure, performance costs, even energy costs, is an additional percentage point on top of your margin for your e-commerce business. So it's a natural selection that e-commerce is another dominant use case and perfect for ARM-based environments.
Excellent, excellent. So this is where it's kind of more interesting to me is obviously I looked at ARM. There are other vendors, other cloud providers that are out there that provide ARM-based offerings. So I'm really interested in finding out what has been your experience specifically with OCI A1 What did you like, and why did you decide to make the switch to A1?
Well, for us, I mean, first of all, there is not too many providers yet that provide ARM-based computing. And, because we are working with web professionals and SMB end customers, I would say they're, from our experience, this kind of customer base in the SMB space are super price sensitive. So you cannot, it's not an enterprise offering, it's not the unlimited budget available. They have small budgets for running their websites or their stores. And so they really need a cost-effective environment at high performance. And when you look at OCI or Arm on Oracle Cloud powered by Ampere, it's a natural selection, but also I think it's key for this audience versus where we see the most growth is that Oracle actually provides a very generous free tier that allows more cost sensitive or price sensitive customers to easily get started, maybe even to run the first 2-3 websites completely free of charge, because the free tier is really powerful, especially based on ARM with Ampere CPUs. So this was kind of a natural step for us to say, let's partner with Oracle. Oracle has a big name out there in the enterprise space. Why let's not work with Oracle and Ampere together to actually explore much more in the SMB space, where we could be a key enabler for that.
Excellent. That makes perfect sense. So just to build on that, so there's a lot of buzz, a lot of interest around ARM, right? There are a lot of our customers, a lot of our partners want to move to ARM, and they're always looking for guidance in terms of how best to migrate their existing workloads to ARM. What sort of frameworks, what sort of tools, what sort of best practices that are out there that will help them on their journey to ARM. So since you've already been through that journey, I'm curious if you can share some of the experiences that you have had and some of the best practices that you can share with our customers and partners. I think that would be very helpful.
Absolutely. So I think it's two parts on where we had to focus on, because we work with web professionals and SMBs. User experience is absolutely key, and it should be very easy to migrate to ARM-based environments and to the cloud in general. And one effort was obviously our internal effort to modify the software, making sure all these components that we are managing on the Linux side are fully working with ARM. When you look at Plesk itself, we have an extension called Plesk Migrator extension, where you basically can very easily migrate workloads from our product that you run somewhere else, also on x86 based, to Plesk on Oracle powered by ARM. So you can do a zero downtime migration. And if you have large migrations that you want to do, we offer a free migration service where usually the first server is migrated completely free. And when you have a larger number of servers and infrastructure you want to migrate, we do the whole migration for you, if that is the point. So we have really many different options and took different approaches that we can make it as easy as possible, that if you're running x86 workload somewhere else based on our product, that you have an easy path to migration on Oracle Cloud powered by ARM.
Excellent. Especially great to hear about the migration service. I think a lot of our customers and our joint customers can definitely benefit from that. So thank you for sharing that. So those are kind of high-level questions I had. Do you have any questions for me that I can potentially help with or respond to?
I think we really have a huge opportunity in this market on what we could do, especially for the use cases that we are driving so far. How would our customers benefit if we would use Oracle's ARM-based environments in a more cloud-native based approach?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And we get that question asked a lot. And what we have done is working with our partners at Ampere and ARM, we have invested very heavily to build that rich, diverse software ecosystem on top of the ARM architecture. So, I mean, to your point, yeah, it's an architecture, but at the end of the day, customers want to develop new applications and they care more about the workloads that they're going to run on top of those architectures. So, to that point, we have invested very heavily in the ARM ecosystem. We have worked with our partners at ARM and Oracle to build tool chains in terms of compilers, etc., for various languages. We have support for various CI/CD tools such as Jenkins, GitHub, and GitLab. We have support for pretty much most of the common operating systems that are out there, including Oracle Linux and Ubuntu, etc., as well as various open source operating systems that are out there, various CNCF projects, as well as various other open source projects. More likely than not, they're going to be natively supported on top of the ARM architecture. So if you're developing new cloud native applications, if you're embarking on a new project where you want to use some of these cloud native projects, as well as CI/CD frameworks supported by GitHub or GitHub or GitLab, etc. We have you covered. All of these tools are already enabled. It's just a matter of creating your free tier today and starting with your development process as soon as possible. To that end, we have invested heavily from the developer side of things as well, from Oracle perspective. We believe that ARM is a future. Most new applications that will get developed in the future will at least be multi-architecture, as in they'll support x86 as well as ARM. So to that end, we always get asked the question in terms of, hey, I want to start with ARM development today. How do I do that? So we make it very easy for our customers and partners. You can get started with our free tier today. It's simply a matter of kind of creating an account, and the free tier will give you 30 days of access to all our resources, and you can use that for 30-day period. Even after 30 days, specifically for ARM, you can keep using the always free tier. And our always free tier, especially when it comes to ARM, is very generous. It gives you 4 OCPUs and up to 24 gigs of RAM. It's the most generous always free tier that's out there. No one else offers that. And that's really our commitment to the open source as well as the ARM ecosystem, to make it easy for you, to provide you the resources and help on your journey to ARM. So that's already supported. Even beyond that, if you are a research university, or if you are working on any ISV project, open source projects, or even working with various ISV partners, if you feel that you're going to need additional credits, or if you feel that you need access to ARM resources for extended period of time, we can enroll you into the Arm Accelerator program. And the Arm Accelerator program essentially gives you credits for at least 1 year, up to $3,000. And based on the usage, etc., we can potentially even extend that beyond that 1 year period. And again, this is us providing the right tool set and providing the right amount of resources to help you get started on your journey to ARM. So you no longer have any excuse in terms of starting on your ARM journey. I mean, if you're running certain workloads that provide you up to 40% better price performance, and if you're providing you the right amount of resources to get started on your journey to ARM, why wouldn't you? I would highly encourage you to enroll into the free tier and start developing your first ARM application today. We'd love for you to continue on your journey to ARM. We are looking forward to more of this kind of interesting, exciting, fruitful discussions. And I hope that our other customers and partners hear this conversation and learn from you in terms of how easy it is to get started with ARM, and hopefully this to get started on their own journey to ARM as well. So thank you so much, Lukas, for your time. And again, we look forward to this continued partnership in the future.
Likewise, thank you so much from my side, and thank you for the opportunity. Really looking forward to working with you and all the teams and make this a big success. And hopefully we speak again soon. Thank you so much.